If you are looking for a video full of tips on how to succeed at VidCon, this is not it. I might direct you to Emily Grace's video instead. I will link to theirs in the doobly-doo below. Instead, I'm going to tell you about how I went through my first VidCon last year, and if you learn anything, you might learn stuff that you shouldn't do. Yeah. Happy Monday, Paul Talkers. As my shirt indicates, I am an introvert. When I went to VidCon last year, it was basically because I wanted to meet up with one YouTuber friend that I had. I thought I was going to be sharing a hotel room with a different friend of mine, so I would know 2 people at VidCon. It turned out that I had the hotel room all to myself, but that's kind of a good thing because I need my alone time. But most people can't afford to have a hotel room at VidCon all by themselves. So that's not really a tip that I can give you unless you're somewhat wealthy. The plans that I made last year for VidCon centered around attending panels. And I'm probably going to do the same thing again this year, and I might even make a video about that if I can just make myself do that video. But I made all my plans to go to these panels pretty much just by myself. I looked out and got into every panel that I wanted to get into, but I ran from panel to panel to panel all through the day, each of the 2 days that I was attending panels. And it left me exhausted. If you can buddy up with somebody and go to panels together, that makes it better. Like, one of you can hold a spot in line while the other one runs to the bathroom, or you can just like talk to each other as you're waiting for the panel to start. Or if one of you can get to the line for the panel before another one of you gets to the line for the panel, then you can hold a place for that other person. I barely met anyone. I met people at the panels themselves. I did that a couple times. I made friends like Amelia Berger and Jillian Size, but there are so many people there that I could have made friends with, and I did not. Try to talk to more people than I did. But coming back to the introvert thing, I burned out fast. Like, as soon as the panels were over, other people were trying to get together for dinner and hanging out and stuff, and I just went back to my hotel room and uploaded panel footage because I didn't want to be around people anymore for a little while. I did encounter my friend Alex Terlakosaurus's group of friends, wherein I met Nerdy May and Vince, Chelsea, Sabina, and B, my very dear friend B. I met her as part of Alex's group of people. Thank goodness I knew Alex because she had a squad. I don't know how they put up with me, but they seem to like me enough that we've become internet friends. That's really cool. I wish I had done more of that. Do more of that. One of the things last year that made it really easy was that the VidCon app had a function in it called Vid Contacts, and you could just share via scanning a QR code your contacts with somebody else on the app itself. It was really cool. I did do that with like 4 people. Not a lot of people. I wish I had done more of that. I hope to do more of that this year. As Emily Grace says in their video, you can just take like an index card and put your information on that and give out those. That works fine. But I think something that might be even better than business cards is just taking photos with people and then asking them if you can tag them, and therein you get their username. So like you take a photo with them, you say, hey, are you on Instagram or Twitter? And they say, yes, my name is blah blah blah. And you say, terrific. And then you post the Instagram with, this is my photo with @ blah blah blah. And thus they are connected to you in a photo where they can actually see who you are. That was good. I liked doing that. That worked out really well. At the end of the day, I was worn out. I mostly just hid in my hotel room until it was time to go out again the next morning. If you need it to recover, it's fine. But if you can get yourself out of your hotel, if nothing else, maybe other people in your squad of friends at VidCon are all hanging out in a hotel room. Try to find out where that is and hang out with them. You're still kind of away from the maddening crowd, but you've got some friends to chill with. I wish I had done that last year. I think that would have been better. At the end of the official VidCon festivities was the VidCon prom. I did go to the prom, but I got there late because I was nervous about how I looked. Don't do that. Don't feel embarrassed or like you can't fit in at the VidCon. Just go. If you can dress up nice, that's great, but if you can't, just go and have some fun there. Everybody kind of feels like they need a release after the stresses of a very packed couple of days. the VidCon prom is a great place to just let that off. And don't be like I was at the beginning, just standing alongside a wall, looking at the people dancing. Try to get in there. Try to find some of your friends in there and dance around them. And it doesn't matter how well or poorly you dance. Just try not to hurt anybody when you're moving around, and you're fine. And then the last thing I want to talk about that I did last year, that I'm kind of doing again this year, is feeling really nervous and kind of negative about myself before VidCon happens. See, I have self-esteem problems that go hand in hand with my introversion and my depression, and so all of that combines to make me feel like people are gonna hate me when they meet me, like I'm not gonna make any good friends. That is something that I experienced last year before VidCon, and I just kinda made myself go to VidCon anyway, and I had a lot of fun. But despite that, I'm feeling it again this year. VidCon is full of people who like the same things that I like, who care about this online YouTube community, who care about the panels that I want to attend. And because of the internet friendships I've developed over the last year, care about me too. So if you are feeling nervous or self-conscious or kind of dreading the VidCon experience for any number of reasons, I am right there with you. I sympathize, I know what you're going through. We have to believe that it's going to be good. I don't know if I'll manage to turn around my mindset like that, but I'm going to try. And so I hope that you do too, if you are having any anxiety or other negative issues having to do with anticipating VidCon. It really is a fun event. And if you go to VidCon and you see me, please come up to me and say hi. I will say hi back. We can have a conversation because we're both real people. If you want to find me at VidCon, watch my Twitter, @Pauladin. I'll probably be tweeting all throughout the event. As I said at the beginning of this video, I hope you're not looking for good advice because I don't really have much, but perhaps my experience will be helpful to you anyway. And let me know in the comments if this video is useful to you, or tell me anything that matters to you, because I want to know what matters to you. Thank you for making it all the way to the end. This is the part where I say tomorrow will be even better.